This is a pretty good one here. Kim calling in from Vermont. Pronouns are she, her, and she's got a doozy of a bad sex ed story. Kim, running out of time, but real quick, I want to hear what you have to say.
Sure. So I'm just going to preface my story really quick with that. So I was born and raised as a Jehovah's Witness, and so yeah, the fundamentalist purity culture was strong in my house, and I only left that about 2 to 3 years ago. So deconversion has been fun. But when I was probably like 13, 14 years old, there were commercials on the TV for young girls talking to their parents about getting the HPV vaccine to avoid getting cancer. And I was like, oh, Mom, should I be getting this? And she was like, are you having sex? And I was like, no. And she's like, well, it's a sexually transmitted disease. So as long as you and your future husband are virgins, that won't be a problem. So we don't need to get you that vaccination. I was like, oh, okay. And went about my life. And then, yeah, in my 30s, I was like, oh, hey, I can still get this. So that's a good thing. But Mom, what if something happened that wasn't my decision? I could have gotten a disease that was totally preventable. So yeah, that was probably some of the worst sex advice I got.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah. It's bad sex and bad public health advice all rolled up into one. Ooh.
Yep. Yeah, and there was also the whole with the purity culture that like masturbating is almost as bad as adultery itself. So no doing that even after you're married. Like it's still, then it becomes cheating on your spouse if you masturbate. So there was like just so much repression in that department. No matter where you were in the organization, sex is bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like no matter what, just
because
be
then
unhappy.
I got married and I was like, but this is fun stuff. And they say only men like it, but I like this. So what's going on here?
Right.
It was very strange.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. That is another point that I'm glad you brought up, that seems to be the big, I don't want to say lie, but a big topic that comes up a lot too with purity culture is that, men are always trying to have sex and women are always needing to stop them and are not interested. But then if you are a female identified person and are interested in sex, all of a sudden now you're like, oh, now I'm wrong twice. Like,
now you're a Jezebel. How dare you?
Yeah.
I would go on, but I know you guys are in a rush, but I could say so many things. But I did one last thing I want to point out that I thought of when a previous caller was talking was related to, it wasn't that I didn't know what an erection was, but the first time that my boyfriend and I were making out and I felt something, I thought it was his belt buckle. So he took his belt off and then I was like, I still feel something. Oh, wait. I think that's something else. I didn't know that was what that was like. And I didn't actually see a penis until in person, because in health class, I was in public school, but I was so worried about pornography and seeing stuff that in health class, I would not look at pictures of diagrams of people's bodies. So I didn't know what anything looked like until it was right there in front of me.
Is that a state of Vermont belt buckle, or are you just happy to see me?
Yeah, well, it was New Hampshire then, but
okay.
He was happy to see me.
I could make a joke about New Hampshire being bigger than Vermont, but I won't do it. I won't do it.
Too late.
Yeah. All right. I guess I kind of did already. All right. Well, thank you very much for calling in, Kim, to share that with us.
I love the show. I'm happy I could call in.
Awesome.